I'd be interested, since both of you have worked at multiple software companies and interfaced with the boards there, and Drew, you've worked with venture capitalists at the firms. What are 3 tangible pieces of advice that you see given over and over again from investors to their portfolio companies? To both of you.
It's hard because I think of the most recent things that I've experienced, and Drew's probably experienced them too. But as far as the question was, most common kind of advice from the investors or the board members, you got me.
Sorry.
To the top of my head really quickly, but I've really enjoyed I've noticed that different board members provide different value in a board meeting, for example, or outside of the board meeting, and they all serve different roles. And it can sometimes be overwhelming interacting with them, but if you understand that they have your best interest, the company's best interest at heart, and that it's an opportunity for you to learn from their experience and their knowledge, then it makes it a bit easier. One of the board members at Virtuous was, initially come off as not intense, but just he's very smart, very analytical, and I quickly realized that when he would make corrections to something that I delivered, it was to help me. He'll never not find something wrong. And, it pushes me, and I, in retrospect, really appreciate it, and it's changed how I look at things. So when I talked earlier about having kind of levers at a more detailed level in your plan, it was driven by that influence, and it's been really helpful. So they're there to help you, and sometimes it can be overwhelming, but take it with a grain of salt.
Nice.
Okay.
I would say don't wait for the quarterly board meeting to deliver important news, both good news and bad news, right? Like, I think the last thing investors want is to show up to a board meeting and find out something that they had no idea about that they could have helped with. And that, at least from the VC side, I have seen that, yes, investors are busy and they're doing a lot of stuff, but a lot of times they just want to know how they can help. And they have Rolodexes where if you need a VP of sales, like, you should talk to them because they know a bunch of people that could help with that. So going to your board members early and often about issues, good news, questions that you have would be like a main piece of advice is get to them early and often. Be transparent with them. Like, don't send the board deck a few days early and see if they have questions about it. Make sure that you're calculating things the way that they would expect, so that you don't get yelled at like apparently Chris has in the past. But
yeah.
But yeah, be transparent and talk early and often with them.
Yeah, and adding to that, there have been multiple times recently where a board member has commended us for being quick to take action. So one of the things that we do is we always take notes of the action items, and then we report back on those. Even if there's a delay from our initial deadline, we'll say, hey, this is where we're at, and we take action on it. Not that you have to do everything that they suggest, but they really appreciate the transparency and being quick to take action on their requests. It will benefit you down the road. Again, in the current situation, I don't know where fundraising is going to go. I hope that we face zero cash problems in the future, but if we do, I want to be one of our investors' favorite companies where they will reinvest if needed.
Nice. Yeah, that's good to be the favorite in that case.